In the hidden corners of our world, a silent and ancient war is waged, not with claws, but with venom. This conflict stretches back millions of years to a time when the first serpents slithered through primordial forests and swamps, their fangs evolving in tandem with their prey and rivals. This is the realm of the serpent, masters of chemical warfare, where venomous snakes clash in dramatic duels. Over countless generations, these creatures have refined their weapons: venom glands, hypodermic fangs, and cryptic camouflage, each adaptation a response to the ever-changing threats and opportunities of their environment. The loser faces a swift end. The victor claims a meal, territory, or the right to continue its lineage. This evolutionary arms race has produced some of the most formidable predators on Earth, each species locked in a perpetual struggle for survival. These are not random acts of aggression, but the result of millions of years of evolution, a deadly ballet choreographed by nature. Every movement, every strike is the product of a lineage honed by both victory and defeat. Imagine two coils of muscle and scale, each armed with hypodermic fangs, tension thick in the air. Their bodies are living testaments to the relentless pressure of natural selection, where only the most cunning and resilient survive. A flicker of tongue, a subtle shift, then lightning speed, the strike that decides everything. In these moments, the outcome of millions of years of adaptation is revealed in a single decisive instant. These battles are a testament to the pressures that have shaped these animals: potent venoms, intricate defences, and even immunity to their own kind. Some snakes, like the king cobra, have developed resistance to the toxins of their rivals, turning the tables in this chemical arms race. When a king cobra confronts an Indian cobra, it's more than predator versus prey. It's evolutionary dominance in action. Across the globe, legendary species like the black mamba, inland taipan, and bushmaster have all played their part in this ongoing saga. Observing these clashes offers a rare window into the secret lives of some of the planet's most feared and misunderstood creatures. Scientists and explorers have long been fascinated by these encounters, seeking to unravel the mysteries of venom and survival. From Australia's arid landscapes to Southeast Asia's jungles, from the Amazon's tangled undergrowth to Africa's sun-baked plains, these duels remind us that nature's stage is home to some of the most dramatic conflicts imaginable. The ancient war of fangs and venom continues, shaping the destinies of snakes and the world they inhabit. Across the world's wildest frontiers, nature has forged a breathtaking array of serpentine assassins, each a master of survival, each armed with a unique arsenal of weapons and tactics. From the shadowy undergrowth of rainforests to the sun-baked savannas and arid deserts, these deadly snakes have evolved to dominate their domains. The viper, a master of ambush, lies motionless beneath a blanket of leaves. Its cryptic patterns render it nearly invisible, while its patience is legendary. When prey wanders too close, the viper strikes with lightning speed, deploying long, hinged fangs to inject hemotoxic venom, an agent that destroys blood cells, ruptures tissue, and leaves victims immobilized. The black mamba, a phantom of the African savanna, is built for speed and relentless pursuit. Capable of slithering at over 20 kilometers per hour, it chases down prey or escapes threats with ease. Its neurotoxic venom acts with terrifying efficiency, shutting down the nervous system and causing paralysis within minutes. The mamba's coffin-shaped head and inky black mouth are stark warnings to any challenger, an unmistakable sign of danger in the wild. The mighty python, a giant among snakes, forgoes venom entirely. Instead, it relies on brute force, ambushing prey with a sudden strike and wrapping its muscular coils around the victim. With each exhale, the python tightens its grip, suffocating its prey in a slow, methodical, and inescapable embrace. Pythons haunt steamy jungles, riverbanks and grasslands, using stealth and raw power to subdue animals many times their own size. The cobra family, iconic hooded snakes, are found from the forests of India to the grasslands of Africa. Their dramatic displays, flaring hoods and upright postures, warn off predators and rivals alike. Their venom, a potent neurotoxin, can shut down vital functions with a single bite. Some, like the spitting cobra, have evolved a remarkable defense, projecting venom with pinpoint accuracy up to 3 meters, aiming for the eyes of a threat. The venom can cause intense pain and even blindness, deterring would-be attackers. This evolutionary arsenal, from the viper's stealthy ambush to the mamba's blistering speed, the python's crushing strength and the cobra's chemical warfare, sets the stage for epic confrontations in the wild. Each species is a master of its own deadly art, shaped by the demands of its environment and the nature of its prey. Some, like the sidewinder, use unique locomotion to traverse scorching deserts, while others, like the aquatic sea snake, hunt in coral reefs with venom specialized for fish. These differences fuel the most intense rivalries in the snake world, as species compete for territory, mates and survival. In this world, survival depends on outwitting, overpowering or outlasting the competition. Some snakes rely on agility and cunning, others on brute force or chemical warfare. The result? An extraordinary rogues gallery of predators, each with its own lethal signature, each a testament to the power and diversity of evolution's most formidable serpents. Among all these predators, one stands supreme, the king cobra, Ophiophagus hanna, the snake eater. Revered and feared across its range, this serpent is a legend in the forests and jungles of South and Southeast Asia. Growing over 5 meters, it's the world's longest venomous snake, a monarch ruling with venom, intelligence and power. Its size alone commands respect, but it's the king cobra's cunning and adaptability that truly set it apart. Unlike others, the king cobra specializes in hunting snakes, including venomous ones. Its diet is almost exclusively serpentine. Rat snakes, pythons, kraits and even other cobras fall victim to its relentless pursuit. It's developed resistance to the venoms of its prey, allowing it to hunt deadly rivals with confidence. This immunity gives the king cobra a unique advantage, letting it target some of the most dangerous snakes in its environment. Its venom is a marvel, primarily neurotoxic, shutting down the nervous system with astonishing speed. The king cobra's venom is not only potent, but it is also delivered in massive quantities, making each bite devastating. A single bite can deliver enough venom to paralyze an elephant. While mammals are rarely its target, this power ensures that even the largest threats think twice before challenging the king. The king cobra is a strategic hunter, aiming for the back of the neck to ensure swift paralysis and minimize risk. Its attacks are calculated, reducing the chance of retaliation from dangerous prey. By preying on other large snakes, it helps maintain balance in its ecosystem. The king cobra keeps populations of other serpents in check, preventing any one species from dominating the environment. Its presence shapes the behavior and distribution of other serpents. Many snakes avoid areas frequented by the king cobra, altering their own hunting and breeding patterns to evade this apex predator. The king cobra is not just a predator, it's an apex predator, a living testament to the evolutionary arms race. Its dominance is a result of millions of years of adaptation, intelligence and raw power. Its reign is built on a biological shield and a lethal arsenal. Even in reproduction, the king cobra stands apart. Females build nests and fiercely guard their eggs, a rare trait among snakes, ensuring the next generation of monarchs. Ophiophagus hanna is more than a snake-eater. It is a keystone species, a guardian of balance, and a symbol of nature's relentless drive for survival and supremacy. One of nature's most fascinating matchups, king cobra versus reticulated python, pits Venom against Constriction in a battle where every second counts. These encounters, though rare, have been documented in the wild and even captured on camera by researchers and local villagers in Southeast Asia. The outcome depends on who strikes first. In several documented cases, the king cobra's lightning-fast reflexes allow it to deliver a precise bite, but the python's immense strength and agility can turn the tables in an instant. If the cobra lands a bite, its neurotoxic venom quickly paralyzes the python, shutting down its nervous system and ending the fight. The king cobra's venom is specially adapted to target the respiratory centers, causing rapid immobilization. But if the python gets a grip, it wraps its coils around the cobra, crushing it with overwhelming force. The python's constriction cuts off blood flow, leading to rapid unconsciousness and death. The cobra's venom is useless if it can't bite. The python's strength is unstoppable once it has a hold. In one famous case from India, both snakes were found dead, one with bite marks, the other still coiled in a fatal embrace. These rare encounters are knife-edge affairs, sometimes ending in mutual destruction. Scientists have studied these events to better understand the evolutionary arms race between venomous and constricting snakes. A cobra might bite only to be caught in a death grip. Both may perish. The python's circulatory system can sometimes keep it alive just long enough to finish the job, even as venom courses through its body. These battles highlight the evolutionary pressures that have produced such different yet equally effective killing machines. The king cobra's sophisticated venom delivery system and the python's raw muscular power are both the result of millions of years of adaptation. In nature, no single strategy guarantees victory. Each encounter is shaped by chance, environment, and the unique biology of the combatants. It's a primal contest of design, chemical warfare versus brute force. These epic battles remind us of the complexity and drama that unfold every day in the wild, where survival is never guaranteed. When a black mamba meets a viper, it's not just a battle of venom, it's a clash of two evolutionary strategies, each honed for survival in the unforgiving wild. These encounters are rare, but when they happen, they become a deadly ballet of speed, patience, and lethal chemistry. The viper, a master of ambush, relies on stealth and patience. It waits perfectly still until its target is within striking distance. With a sudden burst, it delivers a bite loaded with hemotoxins, venom that destroys tissue, disrupts blood flow, and causes excruciating pain. The black mamba, in contrast, is built for speed and agility. It rarely waits. It attacks with lightning reflexes, striking multiple times in rapid succession. Its neurotoxic venom acts fast, shutting down the nervous system and causing paralysis within minutes. In a direct confrontation, the viper often strikes first, hoping to cripple the mamba with its devastating bite. But the mamba's agility and resilience allow it to evade, retaliate, and deliver its own venomous payload. The mamba's neurotoxins work rapidly, causing respiratory failure and muscle paralysis before the viper's hemotoxins can inflict fatal damage. In most cases, the mamba's speed and venom give it the upper hand, but these battles are brutal. Both snakes may land bites, leading to mutual destruction. The struggle is fierce, with each using its unique tactics, viper relying on camouflage and sudden strikes, mamba on relentless speed and repeated attacks. Even when the mamba prevails, it often suffers serious wounds. The viper's hemotoxins can cause lasting damage, and sometimes both snakes succumb to their injuries. The result is often a grim tableau, two dead snakes locked in a final embrace, victims of their own lethality. It's an evolutionary stalemate. Both are apex predators in their own right, but when they meet, their strengths cancel each other out. Famous recorded clashes are few, but in 2017 a wildlife team in South Africa documented a black mamba and a puff adder locked in combat. The Mamba struck repeatedly, eventually paralyzing the viper, but not before suffering a deep bite. Both snakes died within hours, a testament to the deadly balance of their encounter. In the world of Venom, even the victors pay a price. Survival is never guaranteed, and every duel is a gamble with death. It's a dance of death, where a single misstep means oblivion. In these rare and deadly encounters, nature's most lethal weapons are put to the ultimate test. Venom is the engine of an evolutionary arms race. Each snake's cocktail of proteins and enzymes is tailored to its prey. Over millions of years, snakes have evolved a dazzling array of venoms, each with unique properties designed to immobilize, kill, or digest their targets. Vipers wield hemotoxins that destroy blood and tissue, cobras and mambas, neurotoxins that paralyze nerves in seconds. But this is only half the story. When snakes prey on each other or when their prey develops resistance, the stakes escalate. Resistance becomes crucial not just for survival but for evolutionary success. The king cobra's blood, for example, contains specialized proteins that neutralize rival neurotoxins, acting as a natural antivenom. These adaptations are the result of countless generations of molecular trial and error. Its nervous system is less vulnerable, protected by evolved barriers that block or break down toxins before they can do harm. This resistance is highly specialized, effective against local rivals, but often useless against foreign venoms. Each population's arms race is unique, shaped by the threats and challenges of its environment. Snakes of the same species often resist each other's venom, making intraspecies fights less deadly. This allows for ritualized combat and competition without constant risk of death. As prey evolve resistance through thicker skin, faster healing, or even their own antitoxins, predators' venoms adapt in turn. This is a molecular arms race, with each side pushing the other to new extremes across generations. Venom genes mutate, diversify, and sometimes recombine, creating ever more potent or specialized toxins. Meanwhile, prey and rival snakes develop new defenses, fueling an endless cycle of adaptation. The existence of snake-eaters like the king cobra drives other snakes to evolve ever more potent defenses. In this high-stakes evolutionary contest, every adaptation can mean the difference between life and death. A relentless, ongoing battle written in blood, venom, and survival. Not all battles are won with venom or force. Sometimes the most powerful weapon is deception. In the world of snakes, bluffing is an art form, honed over millions of years of evolution. Some snakes rely on camouflage, vanishing into their surroundings to avoid detection. Others, like the eastern hognose, put on dramatic performances, flattening their heads, hissing loudly, and even playing dead to confuse would-be attackers. Many non-venomous snakes mimic dangerous species to deter predators. The scarlet kingsnake, for example, sports red, yellow and black bands that closely resemble the highly venomous coral snake, a classic case of Batesian mimicry. The checkered keelback flattens its neck like a cobra, while the false water cobra expands its hood to look more intimidating than it really is. The rat snake shakes its tail in dry leaves to mimic a rattlesnake's rattle, and the gopher snake coils, hisses, and even strikes with a closed mouth, imitating the rattlesnake's every move. These bluffs can fool generalist predators, buying precious seconds to escape. A hawk or a fox, uncertain whether it faces a deadly adversary, may hesitate just long enough for the snake to slip away. But against specialists like the king cobra, mimicry fails. These expert snake hunters are not fooled by false displays or borrowed colours. When a real cobra meets a mimicker, the bluff is exposed and predation is swift. The king cobra's keen senses and experience cut through the illusion. Survival is not just about strength or venom, but cleverness and perception. Snakes must constantly read their environment, choosing when to fight, flee, or bluff. In the animal kingdom, fooling your enemy can be as effective as fighting them. A well-timed bluff can mean the difference between life and death. But in a world of experts, only the genuine article prevails. For every successful bluff there is a predator who knows the difference, and in those moments only true venom and real danger can save a snake's life. Not all snake confrontations are about life and death. Some are ritualized contests for mating rights, dominance and territory. Among king cobras, these ritual combats are a spectacular display of power and restraint. When two males encounter each other during the breeding season, they engage in a dramatic wrestling match. Rising high, they intertwine their bodies, pushing and twisting, each trying to force the other to the ground. These battles are tests of strength, stamina and balance. The goal is not to injure, but to overpower. Biting is avoided, as both snakes understand the deadly consequences of venom. Instead, the combatants use their bodies as weapons, pushing, coiling and leveraging their weight. Their movements are deliberate and controlled, a dance of dominance and submission. The winner, often the larger or more persistent male, earns the right to mate with nearby females. The loser, though defeated, is rarely harmed and retreats to try again another day. This ritual ensures that only the fittest genes are passed on while minimizing unnecessary injury or death. It's a sophisticated system that balances aggression with survival. Many snake species, including mambas, vipers, and even king snakes, have evolved similar non-lethal combat rituals. These contests are widespread in the snake world, each with unique twists and displays. Displays of size, hood flaring and hissing are all part of the ritual. Intimidation and visual dominance often resolve conflicts before they escalate to physical combat. These dances of dominance reveal not only the intelligence and restraint of these remarkable animals, but also the deep evolutionary roots of ritualized combat, a strategy that ensures survival, strength, and the continuation of the species. In the secretive world of snakes, direct battles are surprisingly rare. Despite their reputation as fierce predators, most snakes are solitary and elusive, preferring to avoid confrontation whenever possible. Most snakes instinctively avoid conflict, acutely aware of the risks involved. A single injury can mean death in the wild, so survival often depends on restraint and stealth rather than aggression. When duels do erupt, the stakes are high, competition for a meal, a mate, or a patch of territory. These rare confrontations are not just about dominance, but about survival and the continuation of genetic lines. For scientists, witnessing these encounters is a rare privilege. Each battle offers a window into natural selection in action, revealing which traits and strategies are most successful in the wild. The outcome of these battles can have profound effects on local populations. Victorious snakes may gain access to better resources, while the defeated may be forced to relocate or perish, subtly shaping the genetic makeup of future generations. These interactions ripple through the ecosystem, influencing not just snake populations but the entire food web. The presence or absence of dominant snakes can alter prey populations, affect other predators, and even impact plant communities through changes in herbivore numbers. The king cobra, for example, is a keystone species. Its predatory behavior helps regulate the balance of other snake species, maintaining the health and diversity of the ecosystem. These clashes are more than mere fights. They are profound biological statements, shaped by millions of years of evolution. Each encounter is a test of adaptation, strategy, and sometimes the wisdom of restraint. In the war of venom versus venom, survival is not just about brute strength, but about adaptability, cunning, and the ability to avoid unnecessary risk. Sometimes the greatest victory is simply walking away. Understanding the rarity and significance of these battles is crucial for conservation. Protecting snake habitats ensures that these ancient dramas continue, preserving not just the snakes themselves, but the delicate balance of entire ecosystems. These rare, dramatic encounters remind us that snakes are not just killers, but vital products of evolution, living links in the chain of life, locked in an ancient struggle for existence and deserving of our respect and protection. Beneath every snake's fangs lies a miniature laboratory, a biochemical arsenal millions of years in the making. Snake venom is not just a single substance, but a cocktail of specialized toxins, each tailored for a specific purpose. This alchemy of proteins and enzymes is as diverse as the snakes themselves, evolving to subdue prey, deter rivals, and even outsmart the defenses of other predators. Some venoms are neurotoxic, shutting down the nervous system in seconds, paralyzing victims before they can even react. Others are hemotoxic, targeting blood and tissue, causing internal bleeding, organ failure and shock. Cytotoxins dissolve flesh at the bite site, while cardiotoxins attack the heart. Each toxin is a molecular key, unlocking vulnerabilities in the biology of its target. For prey animals, this means a swift and often silent end. But in the world of snake-on-snake combat, venom diversity plays a different role. Some snakes, like the king cobra, have evolved toxins that are especially effective against other serpents, breaking down their defenses in a matter of moments. Meanwhile, rivals may possess partial immunity to local venoms, fueling an evolutionary arms race where chemistry is the weapon and adaptation is the shield. Scientists are only beginning to unravel the secrets hidden in these deadly mixtures. Each species' venom tells a story of adaptation, of ancient battles fought, of prey pursued, of rivals outwitted. The study of these molecules not only helps us understand the ecological role of snakes, but also drives medical breakthroughs. From painkillers to blood thinners, snake venoms have inspired life-saving drugs, turning deadly fangs into tools for healing. In the end, the true power of a snake's venom lies in its diversity, a testament to nature's ingenuity and the relentless drive for survival. Every drop is a reminder that in the wild, chemistry can be as decisive as strength or speed. And as long as these silent hunters roam, the saga of venom will continue to evolve, one molecule, one battle, one generation at a time. Throughout history, the clash of snakes has not only played out in the wild, but also in the stories we tell. Across continents and centuries, legendary serpent battles have slithered into the heart of mythology and folklore, shaping how humans view these enigmatic creatures. In ancient Greece, the monstrous Hydra haunted the swamps of Lerna, a serpent with many heads. For every head severed, two more would sprout. Only the hero Hercules, wielding both cunning and brute strength, could defeat it, burning each neck to prevent regeneration. This myth was more than a tale of heroism. It was a reflection of nature's relentless resilience and the awe snakes inspired. Far to the east, in Hindu mythology, the cosmic serpent Vasuki is wrapped around Mount Mandara during the churning of the ocean, a titanic struggle between gods and demons. When Vasuki releases clouds of venom during the battle, it threatens to poison the world, until the god Shiva swallows the toxin, saving creation. Here the snake is both destroyer and preserver, a force of danger and cosmic balance. In Norse legends, the Midgard serpent, Jormungandr, is so vast it encircles the world, destined to face the thunder god Thor during Ragnarok. Their final battle shakes the earth itself, a symbol of chaos and order locked in eternal combat. Even in the Americas, the feathered serpent Quetzalcoatl of Mesoamerican lore is both a bringer of life and a challenger of darkness. In some tales, Quetzalcoatl battles rival serpents, embodying the cycle of death and rebirth that snakes themselves represent through their shedding skins. Across Africa, legends tell of giant snakes guarding sacred rivers or ancient treasures, their clashes with heroes or rival beasts echoing the real struggles for territory and survival seen in the wild. These stories endure because they tap into something primal. Snakes, with their silent strikes and mysterious power, have always been both feared and revered. Their battles, real or imagined, become metaphors for the struggles we all face between chaos and order, life and death, fear and understanding. In every culture, in every age, the image of serpents locked in combat reminds us that the world is shaped not just by the creatures we share it with, but by the stories we tell about them. In the legends of snake battles, the line between myth and nature blurs, and the saga of the serpent becomes our own. While legends and myths cloak snake battles in mystery, the real-world arenas where these confrontations unfold are shaped by forces even older than storytelling itself. Every snake battle is a product not just of Fangs and Venom, but of the environment, the stage upon which survival is played out. Climate is a silent, ever-present force. In the sweltering heat of tropical jungles, snakes move with restless energy, their metabolism fueled by warmth. Here, encounters are frequent, as dense foliage and abundant prey draw rival serpents into close quarters. In contrast, the cool deserts and temperate woodlands slow everything down. Battles may be rare, but when they happen, they are fierce. Brief flashes of violence as snakes compete for scarce resources. Terrain shapes the tactics and outcomes of these duels. In open grasslands, speed and agility rule the day. A black mamba, swift and alert, can chase down or evade rivals with ease. In tangled undergrowth or rocky crevices, ambush predators like vipers reign supreme. Their battles are often decided by patience and the element of surprise as they blend seamlessly into the landscape. Seasonality adds yet another layer of complexity. During the breeding season, male snakes become hyper-aggressive, driven to compete for mates. Battles intensify, with combatants wrestling, biting, and displaying for dominance. In the dry season, as water and prey become scarce, snakes are forced into closer proximity, raising the stakes of every encounter. Some species even time their confrontations to coincide with the rains, when the world bursts with life and opportunity. Even the time of day matters. Nocturnal species like the bush viper are more likely to cross paths and fangs under the cover of darkness, while diurnal hunters like cobras and racers battle in the sun's harsh glare. Each setting brings its own challenges, advantages and dangers. In the end, every snake confrontation is as much a contest against the environment as it is against a rival. The outcome hinges not just on venom or muscle, but on the subtle interplay of climate, terrain and season. The battlegrounds of nature are ever shifting, and in these dynamic landscapes only the most adaptable survive. The stories of snake battles, both real and legendary, are shaped as much by the world around them as by the creatures themselves. As ancient as snake battles may be, a new and unpredictable force now shapes their fate, humanity. Across the globe, the relentless march of human expansion is transforming the battlegrounds where serpents once ruled unchallenged. Habitat loss is the most profound change. Forests are cleared for farms, grasslands paved for cities, and wetlands drained for development. As the wild spaces shrink, snakes are forced into ever smaller territories. Rivals that might never have met now find themselves competing for the same shrinking patch of earth. Battles over food, shelter, and mates grow more frequent and more desperate. Urban encounters bring a new kind of clash. In gardens, basements, and city parks, snakes confront unfamiliar dangers: cars, pets, and people. Some species, like the adaptable rat snake, thrive in this new world, turning trash heaps into hunting grounds. Others, less flexible, vanish from the scene, sometimes forever. Here, snake-on-snake battles take on a new dimension, as native species are sometimes pitted against invasive rivals introduced by human hands. But the story is not only one of loss. Around the world, conservationists are working to protect both snakes and their habitats. Wildlife corridors reconnect fragmented forests, allowing snakes to roam and reducing the chance of deadly encounters with roads or cities. Protected reserves become safe havens, where the ancient rituals of combat and courtship can continue undisturbed. Education and outreach change attitudes too. Where once all snakes were feared and killed on sight, communities now learn to respect their role in the ecosystem as hunters, as prey, and as survivors of an ever-changing world. In some places, old legends are given new life, inspiring efforts to save these enigmatic creatures for generations to come. In the age of humans, the snake battlefield is more complex than ever. Every encounter is shaped not just by nature, but by the choices we make. The outcome of these hidden wars is, in many ways, now in our hands. In the shadowy world of snake battles, victory often belongs not to the strongest, but to the most perceptive. Snakes, masters of their environment, wield an extraordinary arsenal of senses, each finely tuned for survival and rivalry. Their most iconic weapon may be venom, but their greatest advantage is often invisible: the ability to sense the unseen. Pit vipers, pythons and boas possess heat-sensing pits, microscopic openings along their upper jaws that detect the faintest warmth. To them, a rival snake glows like a beacon against the cool forest floor. These thermal images allow them to strike with uncanny precision, even in complete darkness, but vision too plays a role. Some snakes, like the speedy Mamba, rely on sharp eyesight to track movement and size up challengers. In the dappled light of the jungle canopy, a flicker of scales or the twitch of a tail can signal opportunity or danger. Bright colours or sudden displays may trigger a defensive bluff or a calculated attack. Yet perhaps their most subtle and most powerful sense is chemoreception. Every flick of a snake's tongue is a silent interrogation, sampling invisible scent trails from the air and ground. The forked tip delivers these traces to the Jacobson's organ, a specialized sensor in the roof of the mouth. Here, chemical signals are decoded. Is this the scent of a rival, a potential mate, an enemy's warning? Even before two snakes meet, a silent conversation has begun. These senses combine into a sixth sense of sorts, a constant awareness of a rival's presence, mood and intent. A king cobra may detect the pheromones of another male, triggering a ritual combat. A rattlesnake, sensing the heat signature of an intruder, prepares to defend its territory. Each encounter is a test of perception as much as power. On the battlefield of nature, it is these sensory adaptations, evolved over millions of years, that determine who strikes first, who escapes, and who claims victory. The ancient war of Fangs and Venom is fought in darkness and silence, guided by senses beyond our own. In the next chapter, we'll explore how these hidden abilities shape the outcome of snake battles and what they reveal about the secret lives of these remarkable predators. For centuries, snake venom has inspired both fear and fascination. But in the world of modern medicine, these deadly elixirs are being transformed from agents of destruction into tools of healing. The same molecules that once spelled doom for prey and rivals are now being harnessed in the fight to save human lives. Snake venom is a complex cocktail: proteins, enzymes and peptides, each with a specific target. Some disrupt blood clotting, others paralyze nerves, and a few even dissolve tissue. To a scientist, this complexity is not just dangerous, it's full of potential. Researchers have unlocked secrets within these toxins, leading to breakthroughs in the treatment of heart attacks, strokes, and even cancer. One of the earliest medical marvels was the development of antivenom. By exposing animals like horses to small, controlled doses of venom, their immune systems produce antibodies. These antibodies are then purified and used to treat snakebite victims, neutralizing toxins before they can cause lasting harm. While not without risks, antivenom remains the primary defense against the world's most dangerous snakes. But the story doesn't end there. The anticoagulant properties of certain viper venoms have inspired drugs that prevent blood clots, saving countless lives every year. A famous example is the ACE inhibitor, a medication for high blood pressure derived from the venom of the Brazilian pit viper. Other venom components are being studied as painkillers, offering relief without the addictive risks of opioids. Venom research is also shedding light on the very mechanics of our bodies, how nerves transmit signals, how blood flows, and how cells communicate. Each discovery opens new doors, not only for treating snake bites, but for understanding and healing the human body itself. Yet, the need for innovation remains urgent. Snakebite still claims tens of thousands of lives every year, mostly in rural communities with limited access to medical care. Scientists are working to develop safer, more effective antivenoms and even universal treatments that could neutralize multiple types of venom. From battlefield to laboratory, the relationship between humans and snakes continues to evolve. What was once a symbol of death is now a source of hope, a testament to nature's dual power to harm and to heal. The venom that once tipped the scales in ancient battles may one day help tip the balance in humanity's fight against disease. Long before snake venom became a tool for medicine, it was a game-changer in the story of life itself. To understand the true power of venom, we must travel back over 50 million years to the dawn of venomous snakes. The earliest snakes were hunters, ambush predators relying on stealth, speed, and the element of surprise. But as prey grew faster and more elusive, a new weapon began to emerge from the shadows: venom. Through countless generations, tiny genetic changes shaped the evolution of specialized glands and hollow fangs, turning ordinary saliva into a chemical arsenal. At first, these toxins were simple, just enough to slow or stun a meal. But natural selection favored mutations that made venom more potent, more complex, and more precise. Over time, different snake lineages developed unique blends of enzymes and proteins, each tailored to their ecological niche. Some evolved venom that clots blood, trapping prey in its own veins. Others developed neurotoxins to paralyze or cytotoxins to break down tissue from within. This evolutionary arms race didn't just create new killers, it shaped the world around them. Prey species responded with their own defenses: thicker skin, faster reflexes, even immunity to certain toxins. The result is a dynamic, ever-shifting battlefield where every adaptation prompts a counterstrike. Molecular studies reveal that some venom genes are ancient, shared with lizards and even distant reptilian ancestors. Others are brand new, forged in the heat of evolutionary competition. This genetic diversity explains why no two venoms are quite alike and why their effects can be so unpredictable. Venom's story is not just about death, but survival. For snakes, it's a means to secure food, defend against threats, and carve out a place in some of the harshest environments on Earth. For scientists, it's a living record of evolution's creativity. A reminder that nature's deadliest weapons are also its most ingenious inventions. From primitive toxins to the complex cocktails of today's vipers and cobras, the evolution of snake venom is a saga of innovation, adaptation, and relentless change. It is a story still being written in genes, in ecosystems, and in the silent strike of a serpent coiled in the shadows. Throughout history, the mystery of snakes and their venom has fascinated scientists around the world. But it's only in recent decades that the secrets behind their battles and evolutionary arms race have come to light, thanks to a series of groundbreaking studies and discoveries. One of the earliest breakthroughs came in the 1960s, when researchers in India and Australia began systematically recording snakebite cases and collecting venom samples. By comparing the effects of different venoms and their impact on various animals, scientists uncovered the first clear evidence that snake toxins were highly specialized, some targeting blood, others nerves, and some even muscles or cell membranes. In the 1980s, high-speed cameras and radiotelemetry allowed herpetologists to observe wild snake encounters in unprecedented detail. For the first time, scientists captured footage of king cobras hunting other snakes and pit vipers using their heat-sensing pits to track warm-blooded prey. These studies revealed behaviors that had only been guessed at before, strategies honed by millions of years of evolutionary competition. Genetic breakthroughs soon followed. In the early 21st century, teams led by Dr. Brian Fry and Dr. Wolfgang Worster used gene sequencing to map the DNA of venom-producing glands in dozens of snake species. Their research uncovered a hidden world of genetic diversity, showing that venom genes could duplicate, mutate, and even swap between species. This genetic flexibility explained how snakes could rapidly adapt their venoms in response to new threats or prey. Meanwhile, field studies in Africa and South America documented arms race scenarios in real time. Scientists observed mongooses and certain rodents evolving resistance to cobra and viper venoms, while snakes countered with more potent or differently targeted toxins. These discoveries proved that the battle between predator and prey was not just ancient history, but an ongoing evolutionary struggle. Recently, advanced imaging and molecular analysis have allowed scientists to watch venom in action at the cellular level. High-resolution microscopes reveal how toxins dismantle blood cells or paralyze nerves within seconds. These insights have not only deepened our understanding of snake ecology, but also paved the way for new antivenoms, painkillers, and even cancer treatments. From the jungles of Southeast Asia to the laboratories of Europe and America, the study of snakes and their venom is a testament to human curiosity and ingenuity. Each discovery brings us closer to unraveling the secrets of nature's deadliest chemistry, and reminds us that even the most fearsome battles can yield knowledge that benefits us all. In the vast theatre of the wild, snakes are more than just silent assassins or venomous adversaries. They are vital players in ecosystems around the globe, guardians of balance whose every move shapes the world around them. From tangled rainforests to arid deserts, snakes act as both predator and prey. By hunting rodents, insects, and other small animals, they keep populations in check, preventing outbreaks that could devastate crops or spread disease. In rice paddies across Asia, for example, rat snakes help farmers by controlling pests, reducing the need for chemical pesticides, but snakes themselves are hunted too. Eagles, hawks, mongooses, and even wild pigs see them as a meal. This constant threat drives snakes to evolve new defenses, camouflage, speed, and of course, venom. Each interaction with another predator or prey is a spark in the evolutionary arms race, pushing both sides to adapt and survive. Snakes also fill unique niches that few other animals can. Tree-dwelling vipers patrol the canopy, while burrowing species like the sand boa hunt underground. Some, like the king cobra, even specialize in eating other snakes, subtly shaping the diversity of their local reptilian rivals. But what happens when snakes disappear? In places where humans have wiped out local snake populations, ecosystems unravel. Rodent numbers soar, crops suffer, and diseases like hantavirus can become more common. The absence of snakes can even ripple up the food chain, affecting birds of prey and other top hunters. Yet in many cultures, snakes are misunderstood, feared, persecuted, or killed on sight. Conservationists now work with local communities to protect these essential predators, teaching that snakes are not just symbols of danger, but keystone species whose survival is linked to our own. In the grand web of life, snakes are more than just solitary hunters. They are connectors, stabilizers, and silent architects of the wild, a reminder that even the most feared creatures can be the most vital to nature's harmony. As we gaze into the future, the story of snakes is far from finished. In laboratories and rainforests, deserts and digital worlds, a new generation of researchers is unlocking secrets that once seemed beyond our reach. The tools at their disposal are more powerful than ever. DNA sequencing lets scientists trace the tangled family trees of serpents, revealing hidden connections and evolutionary surprises. High-speed cameras capture snake strikes in slow motion, unraveling the physics behind lightning-fast attacks, while miniature trackers allow us to follow elusive species across vast, uncharted landscapes. But perhaps the most exciting frontier lies in the realm of venom. With artificial intelligence and advanced molecular analysis, researchers are mapping the precise cocktail of toxins in each species, discovering not just how venom kills, but how it heals. New antivenoms and life-saving drugs are being developed from these deadly compounds, offering hope for both snakebite victims and patients battling cancer, chronic pain, and even heart disease. Despite these advances, mysteries remain. How do snakes develop immunity to the toxins of their rivals? What hidden behaviours unfold in the dense undergrowth far from human eyes? Could there be undiscovered species with venoms more potent or more medically useful than anything we know? Technology is even changing how we witness snake combat. With remote cameras and non-invasive sensors, researchers can observe battles in the wild without disturbing the combatants, capturing moments of strategy, bluff, and raw power that have never been seen before. Yet every answer sparks new questions. The world of snakes is vast, intricate, and ever-changing. As we push the boundaries of knowledge, we are reminded that nature's greatest mysteries still slither just out of sight, waiting for the next curious mind, the next leap in technology, and the next chapter in this ancient, ongoing saga.